Sweden and Latvia, officials for this game. Mikko Kukakari of Finland, Sean McFarland of Spokane are the referees. Linesman are Jake Davis of Wyandotte, Michigan. Brett Mackey of Surrey, BC. There's Sam Hallam. First time in behind the bench for Sweden at this World Championship. Terrific success with Vaxio of the SHL. 3 championships, 2-time SHL Coach of the Year, and has brought his team into a wild environment here in Riga. There is Harris Vitalinch. This is his 7th World Championship as coach with Latvia, but only his 2nd at the main level for the coach. He is the head coach of this team and getting ready for what should be a dandy game.
This is interesting because most people think, oh, Latvia can't beat Sweden, but Latvia got taught a lesson about how this tournament works. 6-0 loss in game 1 to Canada. Then they lost the next game in a squeaker. Then they rolled off 5 straight wins, including 2 overtime wins against the Czechs and the Swiss. Be careful if you're Sweden.
Artur Silovs is quite the story. Came in 5 minutes into game 1 and has had the net ever since. 914 save percentage and a 214 goals against average. Lars Johansson coming off the overtime loss to USA, but outstanding numbers at this World Championship at 9-5-2 and 1-2-2. There are pockets of Swedish fans in the building. The rest of the wardrobe is Latvian fans. And they are ready. This gets cleared in. Johansson turns the Rudolph Balcer shot away. Balcer's had the overtime winner. Latvia had to get a point out of its final game against Switzerland. Now, Switzerland had clinched first place and rested some guys. And Latvia came up with not only the point to secure a quarterfinal spot, they came up with an overtime win to finish 3rd over in this division.
Yeah, you got to win it, and they did it. And they've got the huge support of this hometown crowd. Sweden has to get used to a new environment, so that's a little bit of what's going to go on early on here. They can't afford to let Latvia come at them too much early.
Liljegren will play this down low. Back up top, Carlson gets it back to Liljegren. The one-timer got blocked, and Zila for Latvia will get up. Rudolph Balcer's trying to catch up to it. Could not. Leo Carlson will bring it back in. No Andre Peterson and no Rasmus Sandin. Big hit by Leo Carlson. That's going to bring Zila over. I think this one heats up in a hurry.
Yeah, I think that's part of their plan because Vitalinch, their coach, talked about that. He said, well, they're not that physical. And so he was intimating that maybe we will try and do that. He knows the Swedes are very technical. That was his term, which is a good way of saying they are control freaks. And the Swedes are really good at it. They want to control the tempo. They have controlled the tempo nearly the entire tournament. Every game they have played. Sure, it gets away from you sometimes, but they grab it back very quickly.
At the blue line, Anton Lindholm will try and send this down low. He got all tied up there inside the line. Grabbed off by Par Lindholm. Batna trying to tie up Par Lindholm. There is some size on this Latvia team. 2 of them are out there now, and Rubens and Batna, both at 6'5". Up and center it in. This is off the backboard. Zirkal's going in after it. Tried to get it to the short side, turned away. Batna. And Rubens in the high slot, dishes it off, and what a chance. Nixon passes with the opportunity on the far side, and he ripped it wide and then looked skyward.
Oh, there was a nasty hit right at center ice, too, and the Swedes are not too happy about that one.
And Drassis tried to play this out to center ice, does. Picked off and right back in now for Lindberg. Lindberg for Zetterlund. Zetterlund's shot turned away. And Drassis trying to corral it on the far side, but he turned it over, but Zetterlund couldn't handle it cleanly. And it's back out at center. Patrick Nemeth sends it cross ice for Carl Grundstrom. Bengtsson, Nemeth on for Zetterlund. Zetterlund dishes off to Grundstrom. The shot, that got blocked. Chuksta got in front of it. And Chuksta will take this in behind his own net. Carlos Chuksta, a San Jose pick back in 2017. Up at the line, Krastenbergs bounces it through. Smirnovs is after it, but it's right back up the ice for Sweden to the line, no further. Krastenbergs is on it again, and he'll send it up in center, and Alex Nylander will play it back into his own zone for Henrik Tomernes. Tomernes with 10 assists in this tournament, averaging just under, or just over 19 minutes of ice time per game, but was just under 21 minutes in the game against Team USA. The only blemish for Sweden, the game they lost in overtime. Shot off the backboards, gets corralled by Johansson. Linus Johansson up for Liljegren. Liljegren lets it go. Slilovs the save. Smirnovs gets this out to center. Slilovs has been a very interesting story in this World Championship. Here comes Nylander, looks over his right shoulder and then spins it down deep. Sorensen trying to get it up to the slot. Alex Nylander's on it, he got double teamed, and there's the steal. Into the slot, Abels in front of the net for Balcers. Back to the line it comes, Zila with the wrister, and Johansson the save, and hangs on.
The Swedes have to be careful of this top line of Latvia. Abels, Balcers, and Dogevins have 21 points. That's outstanding production from that top line. As the Swedes have a chance, and then back comes the Latvian crew, and they're in the shooting mode, which is a good idea, because if you think you're going to work the puck through the Swedes, through all three zones, and get some scoring chances that way, you're wrong. You will play right into their hands. You got to shoot and retrieve and make the move out there, and they seem to be in that mode. They are attacking.
Abel's out there now on that face-off. Coming into this game, he's won 90 face-offs. That is #1 in the World Championship. 90 of 148 face-offs he has taken coming into this game.
And you know that possession, of course, is feeding into their production. They're winning some face-offs in the offensive zone. The Swedes will have to be careful of Abels and the face-offs and that top line.
Silverberg sends it in. Sorensen goes in after it. Marcus Sorensen back at the line. Shot from that line there by Bengtsson. And Slilovs will grab it and hold on to it.
The goaltender Slilovs has been outstanding. He's played 7 games, 2.14 goals against average, and a .914 save percentage. He played in the American League. He played some games for Vancouver this year, and he has shown that he is ready for this tournament. He's going to have a whale of a game here, because Sweden will put him under pressure.
Par Lindholm trying to work it away from Rolfs Freebergs. Back in behind the net, it comes centered in front of the net. And that opportunity, unable to finish in front of the net on a centering pass there from Leo Carlsson. Carlsson along the boards, trying to work it loose. Comes back to the line for Timothy Liljegren. And Liljegren will put it back, and Carlsson will start up. Back for Liljegren. On for Lucas Raymond. Raymond on the backhand will lift this into the Latvian zone. And right back up for Sabalskas. Sabalskas to center. Richards Bukarts could not pick it up cleanly. Richards, the younger of the two Bukarts brothers. Mixon Grasses breaks it up in the neutral zone. Lindbergh gets chased back into his own zone, gets double teamed, and just gets rid of it.
Sam Hallam has adjusted his lines a little bit. They have a little bit of different look. He's kept some pairs together, but he's made some changes there. That keeps them aware and certainly keeps them fresh for Sweden.
Andre Peterson injured in the game against Team USA, but it was kind of a self-inflicted injury. Toe picked at center ice, lost his balance, twisted his ankle, tried to come back and couldn't. And then Rasmus Sandin on the hit from Asamon. Sandin is not in the lineup. Peterson is done for the tournament. Sandin is still on the roster, so should they advance, there is a chance that Sandin may be back in this World Championship. Balunskas will send this around the boards and out the center. Latvia changing. Zetterlund will tee it up. Easy save for Slilovs. Taken by Sorensen. Sorensen will send that one towards the net. It got blocked. Christian Folin in the lineup for his first game, added with the injury to Sandin. Number 2 has it at the line, lets it go off the skate, grabbed in front, and Smirnovs right back up the ice for Latvia. Smirnovs plays it on for Andersons. And this will get sent around, and waiting for it is Dennis Everberg.
Lindholm did a heck of a job there, closing on the outside and shutting off that rush. It looked like Latvia, who can spring some guys. They like that quick rush. The defensemen for Sweden are going to have to count players all the time because Latvia will try to get guys in behind them.
Stolen at center. Balcer's back in. Balcer's fanned on his pass. He'll send it down for Christians Rubens. Comes back to the right point. Zila with the long shot, or rather, Janis Jaks with the shot that went wide. And Jaks will chase this back into his own end. Jaks on for Dogovans. Kaspers Dogovans. A name NHL fans would be familiar with. He'll put this in behind the net. Tomernes right back up the ice. Plays it on for Carlson. And on it goes for Lucas Raymond. Raymond centers on that far side for Par Lindholm. Leo Carlson's after it, plays it back for Bengtsson. Bengtsson down to the goal line. Lucas Raymond trying to spin off the check. Raymond on for Par Lindholm. Lindholm tied up with Tomernes from the line. And that's off a leg and wide. Balcers couldn't handle it. Up top it comes for Tomernes, near side Lindholm. Back up top, Tomernes. He'll go cross ice. Pressure now by Sweden. Off the sideboards it comes from Bengtsson, the defenseman, tried to get it to the front all the way around, and Tomernes couldn't hold it in. Leo Carlson spilled at the line by Bantna. Freebirds will send it around. Valinskas plays it back for Freebirds. And then heads to the bench on the change. And a long pass. And that is unable to be handled cleanly by Richards, Bukarts, and an icing call coming against Latvia.
Lucas Raymond's been terrific up front for Sweden during these World Championships. Came into this game with 2 goals and 5 assists. Plays a little over 17 minutes. He creates, he forechecks, he hangs onto the puck really well for his line mates. He's got set Carlson, the young guy, on his wing pretty well the entire tournament. They work well together.
To the front of the net it comes, cleared away from Lindberg. Timothy Liljegren trying to hold it in, can't. Lachmelis will play this down the ice, and it will go for icing. Faceoff will come back. Sweden has only given up 7 goals against coming into this game in 7 preliminary rounds. There's the youngster Lachmelis, who was drafted by the Boston Bruins and will play NC2A next year. Sweden gave up 7 goals, 4 of them in that last game against Team USA. So Sweden very stingy. Lead pass for Richards, Bukarts. Holding the line was Timothy Liljegren. Sends it back in. Tuksta dishes it into the corner. Trying to come up with that puck. Oskar Sabolskas came to the side of the net. Sabolskas played in Kladno this year with the ageless wonder, Jaromir Jagr. Grunstrom from the shot, fired that one wide. Bounced into the corner for Lindberg. Oskar Lindberg puts on the brakes. Trying to lose the checking of Chuksta. Plays it up top for Timothy Liljegren and back for Lindberg. Lindberg to the short side. Seelov's the save. Tomernes at the line. Tomernes tees it up, doesn't shoot it. Oh, what a save! Rebound in front. Artur Seelovs absolutely robs Oskar Lindberg. It looked as though it was a gaping net. And Brassus carries back. Kopechek at the line.
That was set up by Tomernes at the point. Tomernes is an ageless player. He could have played any generation of hockey. He's got 10 assists. His fake shot and pass off to the corner set up that play. I thought it was in too.
Kristaps Zila sends it in. Liljegren off the backboards. Dropped back and controlled in behind the net by Jonathan Pudas. For Sweden, Pudas sends it up for Patrick Nemeth. Halfway through period number 1, Sweden and Latvia scoreless here in Riga. As the Latvia chant continues, Pudas plays that to the front of the net, looking for a yellow jersey, nothing there, and back up now for Latvia. On the loose puck as Linus Johansson is running out of racetrack was Andersons. And Anton Lindholm for Marcus Sorensen, and Sorensen will circle back into his own zone.
Sweden is not afraid to go back and regroup. Latvia will pick their spots. We'll see how much they try to hassle them in their own end.
Here comes Silverberg, still looking for his first point, and Seelov's another save. Sorensen down for Silverberg. Silverberg forced to the corner by Valinskas. Gets some help now from Patrick Nemeth, the defenseman. Nemeth gets hounded. He'll send it down low. Trying to work that off the backboards was De La Rose, and we will get a stoppage. Scoreless here in the back half of period 1. No score. Too bad there isn't a little more atmosphere in this building.
These fans are unbelievable. And this building with such a low ceiling, the sound is incredible.
This is outstanding. Liljegren plays it down. Carlson will leave it. Banks it in from the regular. Lucas Raymond cutting into the right side, trying to get into the net, could not. And it's back up in center for Tomernis. Yanis Yaks turns it over, and Raymond will play it back into his own zone. Liljegren plays catch there with Tomernis. Tomernis to the line, chips it in. Carlin home going after it. Kristaps Zila first on the puck. Plays it around, and Latvia will control with Zirkals. Martin Zirkals with some speed. Hits the line, cuts to the outside on Liljegren. Throws it around the boards, kept in by Chutka at the line. Sorensen tried to jam it back in behind his own net. Botna's in there to try and tie up Sorensen. Zirkals comes off the skate, taken by Sorensen. On for Tomernis, and on it goes for Silverberg, and he'll ship it in. Clearing attempt by Chuksta, stopped by Silverberg. On for Sorensen, backdoor play, and Anton Lindholm in from the line, had trouble handling it. And now he's being hounded there by Mix Andrasis.
The Swedes' battle level is really good. Their puck possession is outstanding, and Latvians can't get anything going offensively. They try to get in the offensive zone. They are taking a shot when they have a chance. But as far as the puck possession goes, it's all the guys in the yellow jersey.
And Brasses had that terrific chance earlier, missed the net. The roof may have come off this building, and Brasses found the back of the net with that. Sabalskas with the long shot, whipped that one wide. Rehards, Bukarts is after it. Bukarts centers it into the paint, scores! Dan Zlotchbelis. His first of the tournament. And the 19-year-old has Latvia up 1-0.
Well, they haven't had the puck, but they get it in deep, and they're shooting from everywhere, and then they're just going to get it. That's the whole idea. Get some bodies in front of the net, get some second chances. And it was the second chance, or Zlotchbelis a little bit deeper, not right on the doorstep. That made a big difference. The pass from behind the net to Bukarts, a chance out front for Andrasis, and then the kid comes up and stuffs it into the net, and the Swedes are pushed back. Now they've got to recover. They haven't had to undergo this very often in the tournament.
Zlotchbelis will play at the University of Massachusetts next year. The Boston draft pick, played junior in Luleå, and a huge goal to open the scoring here in this one. Smirnovs gets rubbed out at the line. Nylander takes a bump. And Chuksta back into his own zone for Latvia. Smirnovs will play it back into his own end. Kaspars Daugavins, the captain of this team, will play this deep and all the way around the boards. Liljegren brings it back up. 91 NHL games played for Kaspars Daugavins. Liljegren will dump it in. Seelovs, who made that huge save off Oscar Lindberg. But it was still scoreless. Carlson, Liljegren, Lucas Raymond. Raymond forced to the outside, gets rubbed out there by Christian Rubens. Came to the side of the net, and Seelovs is just going to smother it. 5:50 left to go, first period. For a little while. 1-0. Latvia with the lead. Canada leading Finland 1-0 on a goal by Jack Quinn. Earlier today, Germany over Switzerland, USA over Czechia. USA and Germany will meet, meeting the winners of the two games tonight. They will also meet in semifinal action in Tampere. This gets played in deep. Balinskis goes in after it. Up on the boards it comes. Taken by Parlin-Holt. Gets to center ice no further, and Jonathan Pudas will chase this back into his own zone. Pudas a +8 coming into this game, was on the ice for the only goal, so +7 at this point in the tournament. Leading Sweden in that category. Carl Grundstrom to the front of the net. Off the sideboards for Rehard. Bukarts on for Mixon Grassus. And Grassus puts on the brakes. Shovels it to the short side. Turned aside. And the net comes off the pegs. And we will get a stoppage in play.
The place is going crazy, and the Latvians are handling it well because they have to handle it and not get overhyped as well. The coach of Latvia, Harry Vidulinch, said something interesting about the Swedes. He said they're very technical, they have a lot of control, but perhaps too many passes. I found that interesting, meaning he must have told his team they're going to pass a lot, maybe one too many times. Fill the middle of the ice. You're never too late to come back in the middle.
There's a shot right on, rebound, and that got cleared. It was loose for a second. A chance off the face-off on Rehard's Bukarts. We showed you the fan zone outside this building. There may be as many there as there is inside this building, maybe more. In for Alexander Nylander, drives it wide, tried short side, save made Seelovs. Smirnovs on the rebound, drops it back for Freebergs. Rolf Freebergs. Nice move at center there by Smirnovs, and he'll carry in. He'll drop it back at the line, and this one does get through. Rubens almost fanned on it, but it made its way in on Johansson. Everberg Trying to stuff it out at center. Liljegren is on it and plays it back for Patrick Nemeth. Nemeth on for Nylander and back for Nemeth. Under 4 to go, opening period.
Adversity. You have to be able to handle adversity. The Swedes have been able to control their environment. They've had a little adversity along the way, and now they're handling it now, down 1-0 in this first period. The ebbs and flows of the momentum in a game like this, where it's a one-game shot, you don't let the game get away from you. That's Sweden's MO. Right off the face-off, it gets away from them just for a second. Big save there by Johansson. He needed to give his team that one. A 2-0 lead would have been incredible at the end, near the end of this first period. Latvia handling things pretty well. They've done a good job jamming the middle of the ice. They've handled the rush of Sweden, which is very systematic, and they're shutting things off at the net. And by the way, their goaltenders made some beauties.
Two-time Stanley Cup champion with the Montreal Canadiens, and the Montreal Canadiens have the ability to bring out fans when you guys are on the road. How hard is this to handle for Sweden?
Yeah, it's something. You just got to keep your head in the game for sure, because you know what it does to the opposition. They get boosted up and their legs are just going 100 miles an hour.
Daugavins through for Balcers. Balcers ties it up in the corner. It was Daugavins that scored the big goal against Switzerland. Latvia was down 3-2. Daugavins scored at 14:56 of the third period to tie the game up. And that's the way it stayed to the end of regulation. And that is the point that secured a quarterfinal spot for Latvia. And then they went on, Balcers in overtime on a power play to win it. So that not only got them into the quarterfinals, they vaulted themselves into third place. In for Parlin-Holm off of skate and wide. Taken by Silverberg. Silverberg plays it for Parlin-Holm. Up top for Jonathan Pudas. Swings it all the way around, and then Pudas will head to the bench. Back it comes for Bengtsson. He had to get away from him. He'll send it across for Henrik Tomernes. With 10 points, Tomernes leads. Defenseman scoring, and the first power play of the game is going to go to Sweden. Sweden 33.3% with the man advantage. Fourth time Latvia has played in the quarterfinals. They have never played for a medal. And trying to do that with a win here in this game. So Bantla goes to the box and Sweden to the power play.
Well, the fans will do a lot for their team, and you were asking about what it's like to play against them, and I was just thinking about the goaltender, Lars Johansson. It makes sense that he would be in goal for this one. He's 35 years old. The backup goaltender, Jesper Wallstedt, he's 20. He wouldn't have been through this before. I mean, both goaltenders have played great, but under the circumstances here, it's certainly not surprising that it's Johansson in the goal.
Latvia's penalty kill is #1 at this World Championship. They have killed 19 of 20 coming into this game, and that is a 95% success rate. Have to be able to kill penalties to win big games. In across for Lucas Raymond. Spins it back for Henrik Tomernes. Tomernes on the Sweden power play. He'll send it on for Lucas Raymond, who lost the tooth in the game against Team USA. Into the slot for Zetterlund. And And another big save by Seelovs. Back for Raymond. Tomernes wasn't in the wheelhouse. Sends it down for Leo Carlson, and jammed away right before Raymond could get to it by Zirkals. Tomernes, little toe drag, on for Raymond, back for Tomernes. Tomernes to the front of the net, looking for that far corner. Lucas Raymond takes it off the sideboards for Lindberg and on for Leo Carlson. Carlson with 3 goals in this tournament and 2 in that loss to Team USA. Taken by Raymond. Tomernes, Raymond into the final minute of the opening period, into the final 35 seconds of the power play. Tomernes for Leo Carlson. Carlson for Lindberg, skipped away from him. Lucas Raymond is on the loose puck. Raymond up top for Tomernes. Down it goes. Save made. Seelovs off of Leo Carlson on another nice setup from Tomernes. Chucksta plays this on for Zirkals, and he'll send it down the ice.
Tomernes has that touch. He knows how to fake and without looking, put it right in the wheelhouse for Carlson. Carlson's got a terrific one-timer, and that was an outstanding save by Seelovs.
Power play is over. They've killed 20 at 21. Doggovins in the dying seconds of period 1. And Kaspers Doggovins, the captain, will just take it back behind his own net. Some contact at the side of the net between Sorensen and Seelovs. And Sorensen is claiming that Seelovs tripped him. Seelovs saying, I don't know what you're talking about. Shots were 13-8 in favor of Sweden in that opening period. 19-year-old Dan Zlotchmelis, the only goal. Latvia up by 1. There's a look at Dan Zlotchmelis, who has the only goal of this game, the 19-year-old Boston draft pick. And this has to be a special moment for him that has Latvia up here 1-0. There's Lars Johansson, 8 shots for him in the opening period. The other end, Seelovs was brilliant and busier.
What a first period, what a start to this game. You can feel the tension and the happiness in the crowd. The home team is up by 1. It's been an orchestra of noise and voices. The drum section is really good. I don't hear the flutes very well, but I don't think they're worried about that.
So earlier today, Switzerland came in. The only loss Switzerland had was the last game of the preliminary round. Germany beats them in the first quarterfinal. The only Sweden loss in the preliminary round was the final game to Team USA, and now Latvia is trying to do the same as Germany did in the first game. This gets wrapped up in the corner, in the Sweden end of the ice. Abels turns and fires. It goes wide and comes all the way out at center. Put right back in. The thing with Sweden, before the game against Team USA, Sweden had not allowed a power play goal. That went out the window. They had not allowed a goal against in the second period. That went out the window. And they hadn't given up more than 1 goal in a game. and that was gone as well.
That's probably all a good thing. If everything goes too smoothly, by the time you get to the quarterfinals and the medal round, if you're lucky, you have to have had some adversity. The Swedes have had a little bit. They love to control the tempo, as I said, the groups of 5 in the middle of the ice.
There's a shot. Lindholm plays it across on the right side for Lucas Raymond. He ripped it wide. Leo Carlson has it, plays it back for Tomernes. He'll go rink wide for Liljegren, as those two have been paired in the absence of Rasmus Sandin. Long floater from the line by Tomernes went wide. Liljegren is on it, trying to get it back to Lindholm. And the shot, and it wouldn't have countered had it gone in. They do say it came outside the line. Offside called against Sweden.
So the different styles, you have the Latvians who know they're not going to have a lot of possession, so when they get it, attack. Get pucks to the net, loosen them up, go for rebounds, try to pull them out of their game. They will try to get on the Swedes when they can. The Swedes will regroup all the time. They love having that possession. They're really good at it, and they will try to get the Latvians to come too far into their zone and then take advantage of those outnumbered attacks.
Sweden started with back-to-back shutouts at the World Championship, added a third shutout as well. Here comes Lockmellis trying to get to the backhand. Got taken down on the play. And somewhere this coming season, when he's at the University of Massachusetts, they will be sitting around chatting with a bunch of his teammates, and they will say, tell us about that quarterfinal match against Sweden. Shot from the line, blocked in front as Nemeth tried to get it through. Grundstrom goes after it. Rolf Fribergs ties him up and the puck squirts loose. Gets taken by Richards Bukarts. He plays it for Rolf Fribergs. Fribergs up for Mixon Brasses, gets a stick on it to negate the icing, and heads to the bench on the change, and Patrick Nemeth will have it for Sweden. Through the middle of the ice for Nylander, drops it back. Everberg plays it around. Linus Johansson on the far side sends it back down low. Everberg off the sideboard, circles up top, plays it for Nemeth. Nemeth goes rink wide. Johansson the shot, that went off a leg and goes to the corner. Getting in front of that was Dennis Smirdovs. Pile up on the boards, and
they just whistled it down. A couple players were down on top of the puck. The Latvians are manning up pretty good inside their own blue line. And that's all well and good, but Sweden is so good at movement of all 5 guys. They move around a lot, a ton, so you get a lot of crisscrossing, which means you're going to have exchanges on defense. If you make mistakes on the exchanges and somebody gets left open, that's where Sweden gets their chances. That's the downfall of playing man-on-man. If you're just playing a zone, then it's the seams in between that get you in trouble.
Pass to the line is intercepted. Rodrigo Abels will send this around for Doggerman's captain. Kasper Doggerman's the captain of this team. Trying to get it out against the captain of Sweden, Jacob Silfverberg. Cleared up in center, and Delarose will play it cross ice. Earlier today, USA beating Czechia. Czechia will host this World Championship next year in Prague and in Ostrava. And then in 2025, Sweden and Denmark will be co-hosts in Stockholm and Herning. Tomernes.
Rehearsal must have gone well. They're all in unison.
Yeah, there's a tune you're familiar with from your Montreal days, except instead of goodbye, they say Latvia. Into the corner for Anton Lindholm. Up. Lucas Raymond couldn't get a stick on it. Sierkal's trying to play it down deep, but it is Raymond who wins the battle and sends it on. Anton Lindholm will send it in. And in with an attempted hit. There was Lindholm. Back down the ice for Batna. Plays this in behind the net and is grabbed off by Bengtsson. On for Patrick Nemeth around the boards, but no one there in a gold-colored jersey, but Richards Bukarts couldn't handle it. And it's flipped down the ice by Oscar Lindberg, who was absolutely robbed by Archer Seelovs in the opening period. Bengtsson went for a spill. Nemeth had to come across, get the loose puck. Plays it back for Patrick Demuth and around for Zetterlund. Fabian Zetterlund. A New Jersey drop pick. Now plays in San Jose. Involved in that Timo Meier trade. Here comes Carl Grundstrom. Grundstrom the shot. Zelov snaps that right pad out and kicks it away. And an icing call against Latvia.
And the rebound came out, and Lindberg had his stick lifted in the slot, and that was big. Zelov makes the save on this outnumbered attack, but watch in the middle of the ice. Stick gets lifted right at the right time. That is really good back checking. That's the kind of plays that they're going to need for Latvia if they're going to win this game. They have to pay attention to the details. That was Balinskis who made that defensive play. Otherwise, it's a tie game.
Leo Carlsson for Par Lindholm. Lindholm tried to center it at the line. Timothy Liljegren had it, lost it, and now a race for it. Anderson's going after it. Liljegren wins the race, and it's on for Raymond. Raymond with Par Lindholm, and Raymond got a chop across the hands, and there's a penalty coming. In fact, it might have got up even higher than the hands, and Raymond's already been banged up here in this tournament, lost a tooth in the USA game. But it was on a follow-through. Harry Vidulic. Looking on as Freebergs will go to the penalty box for this.
Nice puck control, entering the zone, and yeah, he gets the referee's attention there. That slap rode up a little bit higher than he intended, but yeah, Raymond had a tough time. He was fishing for his chicklets on the ice in the last game. He was able to find it, but I don't think it's going to fit back in the way it used to.
So the second power play of the game for Sweden. Another face-off win and another clear.
Abels again.
He is a magician. He and Dogovan's out there on the penalty kill. Raymond sends it through. Lindberg plays it into the corner, goes in after it. Lindberg sends it around for Leo Carlsson. So the 18-year-old getting plenty of ice time here. Back at the line for Tomarnis. Tomarnis winds up, doesn't shoot it. Blast from the short side from Lucas Raymond. Save made. Good retrieval there by Carlsson, but then it got away from him.
Rubens is fortunate there. He got a chance to slap it around the wall. I'm a big believer. You get on the penalty kill, if you get a chance to touch it, it has to go out of the zone. He did not get it out. They got fortunate they got it out right after.
Raymond swings it on for Nylander. Nylander will play give and go there with Zetterlund. Shot from the right side by Lucas Raymond, turned aside by Zelovs. Nylander. I think Raymond was looking to get to the bench. Back it comes up top for Tomarnis. Tomarnis for Lucas Raymond. Raymond off the backboards for Oscar Lindberg and on for Alex Nylander and back for Tomarnis. 33 seconds in the power play. That shot blocked by Hoekstra in front. And this gets cleared and it goes off the stick and on a play with 30 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, I think Raymond was itching to have that puck on the right wing side. He wanted to loop up and come downhill. He's not set up for a one-timer on that side. This is how the last shot looked. And an excellent block in front by Hoekstra. They're getting their fair share of shots. Now, over the course of the game here, certainly Latvia has not been in the Swedish zone very much. Sweden is really effective inside their own end. They break up plays a lot. But right now, for the Latvians, the big problem is they got to kill off 29 more seconds on this shorthanded situation.
A lot of the Latvia players play in the Czech Extra League. Hoekstra being one of them, plays in Krnic. At the line, this gets played across by Jonathan Pudas. Comes back up top again to the front of the net, looking for a tip there from Grundstrom. Nylander will play it back down low, off the sideboards. Comes around in a race for the puck. Grundstrom trying to get to it, can't, and this will get cleared down the ice by Rubens. Pudas plays swings it on. Little redirect through for Carl Grundstrom. Trying to bust his way in, and he got taken down. Back up the ice for Balcers and on for Dogovans. Dogovans squeezed to the near side by Timothy Liljegren. 8 gone here in the second period. Taken by Sorensen. Sorensen couldn't clear. Kaspers Dogovans. And he'll play this all the way back into his own zone. Seelovs will clear it away. Alone in front of Sorensen, and Seelovs, who handled that rather casually, then makes a big save off Sorensen. Sorensen on it again with Yaks after him. Banks it back at the line. Bengtsson lets the shot go, save on the short side. Rebound to the corner, and now a penalty coming to Sweden. Marcus Sorensen is going to go for tripping. And Latvia will go to the power play. Power play for Latvia on the tripping call. Latvia's power play 19.2%. 26 opportunities through the preliminary round. That is the most opportunities of any team in this championship. So this is chance number 27 with the man advantage. Comes back at the line for Yaks. Yaks gets it for Bukart. Striard back on the near side it comes. At the line for Yaks. Swings it across. Roberts Bukarts will dish it off for Rehart's Bukarts. Rehart's trying to work it into the slot area, knocked off his stick by Jacob Delarose. Delarose has a short-handed goal in this tournament. Zierkals will bring it back in. Zierkals gets rubbed out, and that allows a clear as Bengtsson gets it on for Par Lindholm, and Par Lindholm, a defensive specialist, will play this into the Latvia zone, gets rubbed out, and on it is Zierkals.
That was a good example of any power play. There's going to be a penalty against Latvia. A loss of the puck in behind the net by Jacks. And he has to recover. He's going to get a tripping call, I assume. Oh, it's a slashing call. Either way, it's the same 2 minutes. Silverberg was on his tail, and when he lost control of it, he had to reach back, and he took Silverberg down. So it's going to be 4-on-4 for a minute and 5 seconds before the Swedes go back on the power play. On the power plays, whether it's Sweden or Latvia or anybody, it's when you get inside the offensive blue line, what happens with that first pass? Is it good? Are you under control? Are you under pressure? Do you turn it over? That's the secret to the power play. That first pass, once you're inside the blue line.
Carlson wins the draw on the 4-on-4. 26th straight year that Latvia has been in the main group. Liljegren scores! Timothy Liljegren on the 4-on-4. Walks into the high slot and rips a twisted wrister to the top corner.
This is absolutely a brilliant shot. He leans on this and he gets everything on it that he wants, and it's in the perfect spot. Seelovs is paying attention to him. There's nobody else around. He's going to loop up and around. He'll come into your screen from the left side, and then he's going to come right downhill. And there he goes. They create a hole and fill a hole. Look where the goaltender is. Seelovs is out above the paint, and this one still beats him on the glove side. And even though his fingers are up, when the fingers are up, usually you shoot low because it's harder to drop your hand quickly than it is to go up. But he did drop it and then tried to go back up afterwards. Nonetheless, that's as good a wrist shot as you're going to see anytime any plays, and brilliantly plays.
And it all started with the face-off win by Carlson. So this game is tied 1-1. And now a power play about to start. Well, in 30 seconds will start for Sweden. Barring any more calls, there's a shot. And Bentner got a lot on that, and he ripped it over top the net, off the glass, ends up on top the cage. 1-1 into the back half of the second period here in Riga. 55-second power play coming up for Sweden in 25 seconds. At the line, Rubens walks in, lets the shot go. Johansson scrambling to find it after he made the save, and it's cleared. Oskar Sabalskas clears it back. Henrik Tomernes is after it. Balcers is after him, and Balcers has it. And then he got tied up. Gets double teamed out of the penalty box now is Marcus Sorensen. So a power play for Sweden, third of the game. Johansson, Linus Johansson on for Zetterlund. Zetterlund for Nylander, Alexander Nylander. First round pick of the Buffalo Sabres after he was the CHL Rookie of the Year with the Mississauga Steelheads. Nylander in front with Carl Lindholm, and they couldn't connect. Back at the line for Jonathan Pudas. Pudas walks into the middle of the ice. Pudas looking for a tip, and there was a little bit of a tip there from Lindholm. He didn't get enough on it.
Pudas has had a lot more ice time ever since Rasmus Sandin was knocked out of the lineup with an injury and not coming back, and Pudas has done a real nice job with his extra ice time.
Two-time SHL Defenseman of the Year was Skellefteå. Pudas on for Bengtsson, power play over, and Bengtsson can't handle it cleanly. And Yaks out of the penalty box takes a run across the ice, and Bengtsson. Open ice now for Grundstrom. He'll take it in. Carl Grundstrom takes it wide. Lets the shot go through a maze of legs, and it never cleared all of them. Cookster got in front of it. Chuksta gets to the red line, sends it in, heads to the bench on the change. Off the corner boards, Golovskas gets wrapped up there with Henrik Tomernes. Smirnov's trying to come up with it. They get a little bit of help, but it comes back for Tomernes, and he'll settle it down on for Timothy Liljegren. Liljegren has the goal for Sweden that has tied it up after Dan Zlotch-Melis in the opening period had Latvia up 1-0. De La Rose getting into the battle in the corner. Referee yelling at them to play it. Finally does come loose, and Abels will play it around for Balcers, and down the ice it goes, and that should not have been icing.
No,
Patrick Nemeth could not have gone any slower. It
And when the players are jammed up along the wall, the referee can yell all he wants. The defensive guys, they're not going to do anything. They're keeping it along the wall as long as they can, because if they lose that scrum, now they're caught along the wall, and in this case, Sweden would have gone right to the front of the net. So the referees can scream till they're blue in the face. It doesn't matter.
Sami Blais has Canada up 2-0 on Finland. There will be some nervous fans at Nokia Arena in Tampere. These fans here are just loving it. 1-1 tie. And this gets snapped in by Tomernes. If singing is good for the soul, their soul's in good spots. This will be an icing call. Lucas Raymond was trying to spring Leo Carlson off the backboards, but Carlson was tied up in the neutral zone.
Lucas Raymond made a heck of a play on that goal because it was 4-on-4. And I talked about the Latvians playing a lot of man-on-man in their own zone. When Raymond felt the man-on-man, he swung over onto Liljegren's side and they crisscrossed. And that opened up a gaping hole for Liljegren to go downhill right into the slot area and make that tremendous shot. So when it is a man-on-man situation, you can create, especially when it was a 4-on-4 situation that leaves a big hole.
Big picture on this tournament. Hungary getting relegated, Slovenia getting relegated. Those were the two teams that came up. There's a chance for Bukarts. Johansson forced him to the goal line wide, and then he couldn't put it in the open net from a almost impossible angle. Back into the corner, Lachmelis around for Rehards, gets another shot. This one got turned away by Johansson. Centering pass, Rehards, Bukarts, another shot, 3 for a quarter, and that got turned away. And sent up at center, and Balinskis goes cross ice. Yaks back for Balinskis, he'll carry it in. Sends it cross ice, unable to knock it down. There was Big Batna. Oscars Batna, 6'5", 227. Carlin home out of the corner, on for Alexander Nylander, and he'll shovel it in. Next year, Great Britain is back in after getting relegated last year, and Poland is in for the first time since 2002.
The Latvians wanted a penalty for too many men on the ice there. It was close.
Roberts, Bukarts in against Bengtsson. Bengtsson forces him. Patrick Devitt comes all the way across to help. And down low to help both defensively, it was the forward, Linus Johansson. He'll dish it off. Shot to the short side. Nylander turned away by Seelovs. And Seelovs will hang on to it. 5:05 left to go. Second period, 1-1 in Riga. For Latvia, 17 back from last year's team and 17 back from 2021 when the tournament was here in Riga. Not the same 17. And the entire tournament was here. It was all kind of quarantined. That's why they brought it back to Latvia, so the fans could be entertained and entertain everyone else.
They earned it, and they're living up to it.
Nabels, the magician off the face-off. And this one is won by Oscar Lindberg. Patrick Nemeth is in from the line. Back for Lindberg, the shot, another one was blocked. This is kept in by Zetterlund. Zetterlund down. Carl Grundstrom for Oscar Lindberg. Lindberg gets wrapped up in behind the net. Abel stays with him. And now Abels pins him to the corner boards. Sharp angle shot and a glove save made by Silas. And now Zetterlund in front of the net. A little bit of pushing and shoving with Zierkals.
Buchart's had an unreal chance off the face-off, but watch Johansson come out. He pushes and pushes across, and then he dives out at him to get close to him and put so much pressure on him. This reminds me of Dominik Hasek. Hasek always tried to get closer and closer to the shooter, no matter what was happening. He always could find a way to push out more and more and stretch more and more. Johansson was a little flat coming across, but then when he dove, he recovered back towards the post, on an angle towards the post, I should say, and then out towards the shooter, and Bucharts was under so much stress, he had to go so much deeper than he thought he'd had to, and then he had very little angle and missed coming back the other way. Great goaltending.
There was some room there between the players and the empty net. Other than that, it may have gone off a leg and in, but there was about a foot of space there.
And it was a face-off. The Swedes are good at the technicalities, but obviously the Latvians have got a few tricks up their sleeve as well, too, and they executed that chance right off the face-off.
Shots are 9-1 in this period in favor of Sweden. Now, Latvia has had some chances, but they've not got down as shots on goal. The crowd reacted to that, but that might have been two players two Latvian players actually getting involved there. Off the corner boards, Vatna takes a bump there from Anton Lindholm. Gets it for Zierkals. He'll throw it to the front of the net. Off the corner boards for Lucas Raymond. Rolf Freebergs and Lucas Raymond go shoulder to shoulder. And Jonathan Pudas will skate it up the ice. Pudas to the line, lets the long wrister go. And Silas will glove it and hang on to it. And now Pudas and Freebergs, as the temperature in this one gets a little higher.
Sweden walks away from that stuff most of the time. They don't play a very physical game, and Lindholm has a sore mouth going back to the bench. And it looks like, are we going to get a penalty? Well, the referee was headed in that direction. Yes, we are. Latvia is going to get a penalty here. They wanted to rough it up a little bit more. I kind of got that subtle feeling from their coach. They know Sweden backs away from these things, and in this situation, it's costing the Latvians.
Well, and now they're going to review this.
There's Lindholm. He's holding his jaw. They have no problem reviewing anything here. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. And they take their time. But there's the pop in the mouth by Zierkals. Another look. Oh, yeah, it's the butt end. That's why they're taking a look at it. He has the butt end sticking out. That's not good. At first, I just saw the punch. I thought, okay, he punched him in the side of the mouth. But he actually made contact with that butt end. And that could easily change the penalty dished out here.
So the referees are having a look. Mikko Kukokari of Finland, Sean McFarland of Spokane, Washington. Carl Lindholm appears to be all right.
Yeah, he's moving his jaw around a little bit, but didn't lose any teeth from the looks of things. But
Harry Vitalinch, the coach, looks on. 8 NHL games played with the Winnipeg Jets for Harry Vitalinch back in the 93-94 season.
Let's take another look here. All the action, the referees. And right there, the other angle was better.
The other angle made it look worse, I think, didn't it?
True. That's true. That one, it doesn't look nearly as bad. So I think maybe they're looking to see how much contact did it make. It's hard to tell. Lindholm was moving his jaw around, or either that or he's a really good actor, and he's putting this on and has at least convinced the referees for now that they've made their decision. We'll figure it out here in a second what the penalty is going to be.
Not sure we'll be able to hear the official.
After video review, Latvia number 17, major penalty plus game misconduct for butt ending.
Major misconduct for butt ending.
Martin Zierkals will be ejected from this game in Sweden with 3:48 to go in the second period.
There's another look. He makes contact with it. Butt ending is something that's frowned upon all the time. But the fans here are looking at a replay and they're going, he didn't even really touch it. The degree of it matters a bit, but the fact that he did it and it was careless and he had that butt end sticking out, that's what got the referee, like, we're not putting up with that. There are certain things like butt ending and spearing. There's a very small margin for error there.
Careless and unnecessary.
Yeah.
If it happens in the heat of the action while the play is on, you kind of say, all right, yeah. it's a hard game. You're battling for something. So Zierkals, a major. We saw this in the earlier game. Moritz Seider picked up 5 in a game. Germany managed to kill it off. Can Latvia do the same? Tomernes will go back. Sweden's power play 33.3% coming into the game. 0 for 3 in this one. And Leo Carlsson can't hold it in. And again, Latvia's penalty kill, #1 at the World Championship. They've killed off 20 of 21. Taken by Tomernes. On for Lucas Raymond. Raymond will send it down. Tomernes lets it go, shot that one wide, and as it comes off the backboards, grabbed and held by Seelops.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Abols come out. Yeah, here he comes. One of the advantages that Latvia has is that top line that's so incredible, 21 points for the top line of Latvia. Dogevins, Abols, and Balcers, they all kill penalties. So when you go through stretches where you're taking a few penalties, your top guys are not sitting on the bench and getting cold. They're also penalty killers, so they're in it. Power play, penalty killing, and even strength.
22 of 23 is the penalty kill. Shot from the line, that's blocked as Pudas let it go. Nylander, Pudas, Bengtsson. Knockett goes for Nylander, the shot, that got blocked. Harry Smidelich wanted the referee to come over. He wanted to have a chat, but as much as we've seen the referees go over and chat, referee wasn't going near that bench, which was probably a good thing. Because it may have been heated up to another penalty for Latvia.
The Latvians are really good. They realize you're killing a penalty, you have to concede something. They will give the one-time shot from well out and trust their goaltender. They will not allow anything in the middle of the ice if they can help it. And the big reason why their penalty killing is so darn good. The goaltender understands where the shots are going to come from, and they execute it really well.
Off the corner boards, grabbed off by Oscar Lindberg. Lindberg sends it across. Lucas Raymond plays give and go with Leo Carlsson. Raymond walks it in, doesn't shoot it. Back for Carlsson. Krastenberg's keeping an eye on Carlsson. Carlsson, good retrieval. On for Tomernes and near side Raymond. Raymond sends it across, teeing it up as Carlsson doesn't shoot it. Stuffed in front by Lindberg. Where is it? Seelovs is down, and a pile up in the crease.
Boy, was he quick to react to that puck coming off the end wall and to the back of his leg, and then he lays down on it. He also gets help from his defenseman. They shovel it in front. He realizes it's behind him. But really nice work there by Chuksta to help tuck it underneath. I got it, buddy. I got it for you. Yeah, it's underneath you. Chuksta knew exactly where it was. The goaltender did not. But between the two of them, they kept it up.
1:17 left in the period and 2:29 left in the power play for Sweden. Latvia, a couple of overtime wins. Started 0-2 and then ran the table. Won the last 5. Got in with an overtime win. They just needed the point in that last game against Switzerland.
And Botna and Lindbergh are going at it here in the face-off. They had one illegal face-off and a lot of yapping at each other.
Lucas Raymond plays it back for Henrik Tomernes. Back for Raymond. Raymond with the shot. Seelovs the save. And wasn't sure where it was, but jumps on it before Zetterlund could get to it.
Just watch the positioning of the 4 guys from Latvia. I mean, they are so good. The choices that Sweden has, they are unhappy with all of them. Their diamond shape keeps shape pretty much all the time. There just aren't any good seam passes to be had. They'd have to move it really quick. Side, up, and around to the other side to make them move quickly. But so far, Sweden hasn't chosen to do that, and Latvia's really got all the avenues covered.
Shots are 13-1 here in the second period. But it's a 1-1 tie into the final minute. Karlsson back for Tomernes. Tomernes back for Karlsson. Tomernes swings it across. Raymond plays it down, looking for that play in the high slot from Zetterlund. That failed, and it gets cleared by Dogovans.
Excellent execution. The reads there by all 4 guys. They understand when one guy goes where the hole is and how to cover it up.
Zetterlund will send it around the boards. A race for it and a battle on the far side. Down goes Batna, the crowd reacts, and it's stuffed out the center. Lucas Raymond for Henrik Tomernes. Pressured there at center by Batna. Dying seconds of the second period. And when this period ends, this crowd is going to erupt. And Sweden is saying this was cleared up and out. And they want a 5-on-3 to start the third period. The officials will more than likely have a bit of a chat. It is a 1-1 tie, 40 minutes done here in Riga. Archer Seelovs, the busier of the 2 netbinders, has been brilliant, has stopped 25 of 26, and knows that he will need to make some saves here in the third period. 1:13 left in the power play for Sweden on the major penalty that was called against Zirkals. Some numbers from the first 40 minutes. Per Lindholm has won 9 of 12 faceoffs. Zetterlund 4 shots on goal. Sweden has won 63% of the faceoffs. Tomernus with all the power plays, 17 minutes and 14 seconds. Raymond 15:42. Young Carlson 15:34. Been a tough faceoff day for Rodrigo Abels. He's only won 6 of 17 in this game. Rubens is at 14:56 and Balsers is at 14:55 of ice time. Third period going and Tomernus will let it go. And Silovs makes the save. The loose puck squirts to the corner. This gets grabbed on Abels, on for Dogovins with Abels, and he couldn't get a stick on it. And it's around for Zetterlund. Cross-ice pass, intercepted, comes off some skates, and right back to Zetterlund.
A short-handed chance for Latvia right off the bat. That had the hair on the back of the neck standing up for the Swedes there was a little sloppy.
Carlson will send it in. Plays it back for Tomernus. On for Lucas Raymond. They play catch. Raymond takes it down low. Dying seconds of the power play. Tomernus looking. Back for Raymond. Tomernus tees it up. And Silovs gets a piece of it and out of the penalty box. And the power play is over. Golovkin was in serving the major penalty. And just as Germany did earlier today, they killed off the major to Moritz Seider. Latvia kills off the major penalty to Martin Zirkals. Benson sends it in. Some room down the left side. Grundstrom trying to center it. Rehards, Bukarts will send it up at center, and Drasis will leave it there. Chipped in through by Balinskis, but it doesn't get deep, and back for Par Lindholm. Lindholm leaves for Patrick Demuth, who leaves for Lindholm, who sends it on for Bengtsson. Shot, rebound, scores! No, they're waving it off. It was knocked in with a high stick. It will get reviewed. But it was immediately waved off by the referee.
Silovs comes out to catch it, and then the puck becomes invisible. It was hard to tell exactly what happened, and all of a sudden you saw the twine move. Let's see what they're saying. Under review.
So the call on the ice is no goal, and we'll get a look at it.
That's too high. That's going to be no goal. That's a good call by the referee. When it was airborne there, I lost track of it. I saw him come out and make the save, but against the dark of the crowd, it was airborne, and you can see the reaction from the Latvians. They're pretty confident there. That is well above shoulders and crossbar. There should be no goal.
Yeah, this is a quick review. It will remain 1-1. Latvia has, in all international competition, has never played for a medal at any IIHF event. This would be monumental if they can go on to win this game.
It'll be delirious. This whole city will.
Canada has gone ahead of Finland 3-0. So Canada, USA continue to win. Canada goes on to win that game. They will play the winner of this game. USA and Germany will meet in the other semi. This gets bounced up at center. And job well done by both USA and Canada.
Absolutely.
You can question the lineups and you can question the players that didn't come. But the players that are here are playing hard for their countries.
No doubt. And in this game, you got to admire the way the Swedes have stuck to their game plan. It's a 1-1 game. The pressure is on them. They are the higher seed. They are the better team, on and on and on. But they also know this is a one-game shot. And Latvia has leaned into this game. They have not played for 1 minute like they are intimidated by Sweden.
This gets pulled all the way back. And Lars Johansson, who has not been very busy after the opening period, will stop it and Sweden back in. Now some of that is because of the fact Sweden has had power plays. Rodrigo Abels plays this cross ice. Dogovans couldn't track it down. Flipped back up to neutral ice. Carried in by Rubens, but play whistle down offside at the line.
And all the more reason, because of the penalty kills that the Latvians have had to do, that their top line guys kill penalties. So they're still in the game. They have not been knocked out of it or lose their feel. Dogovans, Abels, and Balcers are all involved in that. And also because you add to that, the Swedes have had the puck so much and have outshot the Latvians a ton. What you worry about if you're the Latvian coach is, would my top guys lose their feel and then they're not effective in the game? Well, I can't say that's true for Latvia.
Roberts, Bukarts deflects it in. Lakmelis, who has the goal for Latvia, is after it, plays it back for Sabalskas for Balinskas. Taken away by Parlinholm. Played to open ice, and Henrik Tomernes is after it. Tomernes closing in on 20 minutes of ice time in this game. Parlinholm will chase this down. Lindholm, Berggren is on it. Got away from him. Berggren will drop it back. Raymond for Parlinholm. Try to get it back for Berggren. So Berggren on this line in place of Leo Carlsson now. Raymond. He'll drop it back. Banks it in from the line. Overskated it. Gets it again. Sends it back for Raymond. Raymond to the short side. And easy glove save for Seelovs. And he'll hang on to it.
Sam Helen changed things up and mentioned that he has changed and mixed the lines up a little bit. The one line that had stayed together was Carlsson on the left wing with Raymond and Berggren. So perhaps taking a little pressure off the younger Carlsson. Of course, in these situations, we never know who's dinged up or whatever, but we're just assuming that the coach is looking for a little different feel and going with experience here in a 1-1 game in the third.
Berggren had not played a second until the third period here, which is a surprise. Back up top, Anton Lindholm lets the shot go. Carl Lindholm had taken his spot on that line, but yes, he's going move Berggren onto that unit back with Lucas Raymond. Played around the boards, and Zila, who has not seen a lot of ice time, will send this ahead. Abels gets to center. Tried to drive it across the line, could not, and back for Carl Grundstrom. Grundstrom had to get away from him. Following up is Oscar Lindberg, who was absolutely robbed by Seelovs in the first. Odd man rush perhaps, and the pass across as Abels tried to get that to the front of the net, and now Abels collides with a teammate. And we have an injured player, and in comes Liljegren. And he puts that go off the crossbar, but I think they had called play down anyway.
They had called it down. The Swedes are going crazy because why are you whistling this down? Well, it was because of him. He was lying down on the ice. He just got up. A collision on the end wall, a big one, and two guys are actually shaken up. That it was Balcers who was so slow to get up, and then the Swedes are saying, well, we're coming down at the other end of the ice, and we get this scoring chance, which I think went off the crossbar and the post. I wasn't sure if the whistle, but I could see the referee, and he was saying, that's it, you know, I blew the whistle. But in the defense of the Swedes, they didn't know the whistle was gone. There's so much yelling and whistling and the drums banging that they didn't know, and you do the right thing. You keep playing until you're sure that the play is stopped. The Latvians are all upset at him afterwards for taking that shot, but I don't blame him for taking it.
Abels and Balcers got tied up. Liljegren was in there as well. It was tough to tell exactly what happened, but Balcers back on the bench appears to be all right, and now an icing call.
But why did they blow the whistle when they did?
Agree.
I mean, the Swedes had the puck, and he was starting to get up. So if a guy's in a critical situation, and you can tell he's in real distress and needs help like instantly, but he was already starting to get up. So at any rate, that play is passed. No goal was scored. That would have made it even more controversial, and we're still at 1-1.
Maybe because the referees wanted to get out of the building tonight.
Yeah, they're going to need protection getting out of here, believe me.
This gets cleared, and Drasus is after it, but they rule that Liljegren was in ahead of him, and icing gets called here. And the faceoff will come all the way back. Artur Silovs, 5 games with the Vancouver Canucks this season, 908 save percentage, 44 games with Abbotsford, 2.44 there, and has been the story not only of this game, but has been the story of this tournament for Latvia. Ivars Puninov started the opening game, gave up 2 in the first 5 minutes. Silovs came in, and he has been the goalie that has been in there for every minute since. Janis Jaks will carry up the ice. Cuts into the Sweden zone, lets the long shot go. Johansson makes the save, and it's flipped ahead. Carlson to the line, that's as far as he gets. So Carlson back on this line now with Carlin home. Here's a chance, and Drasus scores! Mix in Drasus.
Drasus shoots back against the flow, but he makes the play with a little move right there in between the feet, and then shoots back in the other direction, and that's what fools Johansson. What an incredible sequence of events. Really nice job by Bukarts. Bukarts, despite all the noise, must have heard his teammate or looked over his shoulder and saw him coming. Made a beautiful little drop pass. And then Drasus, with a beautiful little toe drag and a touch in between the feet, gets into the prime area and rips it back against the grain in the top shelf.
Bukarts on a nice rush by Jaks, and a 2-1 lead for Latvia. Second of this World Championship for Mix and Drasus. Berggren sends it down low. Bengtsson gets this back at the line for Patrick Nemeth. In behind for Linus Johansson. Johansson into the corner. Nylander, up top it goes. Shot from Bengtsson. That changed directions and went wide. And Batna will play it on for Freebergs, and he'll get it out to center. Chip back in, and Berggren knocked off his stick. Here comes Roberts. Bukarts. He'll put on the brakes. On the change. Dogovans! The shot, and that was blocked in front as Dogovans. A bit of a hook there in the high slot area. Budis. And it's banked back in behind the net. 10th World Championship for Mix and Drasus, who plays in the DEL in Schwenninger, where Harold Kreis, the coach of the German team, is the coach there. Germany over Switzerland earlier today, and Latvia with a 2-1 lead with 12:37 to go.
There's the drop pass and the move that worked. And boy, did it ever work. It gave him some time and room, and he got to pick his corner. And Drasus with a play that has made this place delirious. And look at the scene outside. That is ridiculous.
Dark outside, but the fans are lit. Tomanis lets the shot go. That's turned aside by Silovs. Liljegren plays it back for Oscar Lindberg, and across for Tomanis. And back for Oscar Lindberg. Lets the wrist shot go. That got blocked by Balinskis, and it's in behind for Carl Grundstrom. Back for Tomanis. Henrik Tomanis takes this to the outside, and he throws it to the near side, but it comes all the way to the boards.
Good coverage in front of the net there. It had to be.
This gets chipped down the ice, and Tomanis, his ice time will be career high by the time this one is over. They've been on the power play a lot, and now they're trailing. So he and Liljegren will get Plenty of ice time down the stretch here for Sweden. Roberts Bukarts, the former Western hockey leader with Brandon and Portland, sends it in. Nemeth ties his man up. And taken by Bengtsson and on for Raymond. Raymond floats it cross ice off a stick. Janis Jaks back for it. Jaks trying to clear it. It goes off a stick and on a play. 11:21 to go. Latvia up by 1. So Janis Jaks to the penalty box as this clearing attempt did not go off the stick as initially indicated by the linesman. They are saying it went clean out. So Sweden to the power play for the 5th time in this game.
They're going to have to take some shots because being overly selective isn't working so far on their power play.
Off the boards and down the ice after a key face-off win by Rodrigo Abels. And in behind the play, Zetterlund and Rubens were at it. In across for Raymond. Raymond will take it to the outside. Carlson trying to handle it cleanly, get some help there from Lindberg, but it's stolen. And off the boards and down the ice by Abels.
Look at the battle level of those guys along the wall. They are putting it on the line there, led by Abels.
And somewhere Argers Urbe, who is an assistant coach with this Latvian team, is smiling at the work of Silovs. Down to the goal line, it goes for Carlson, back for Tomernes, fakes it. Cross for Lucas Raymond. Raymond for Lindberg in front, looking for Carlson, deflected away by Zila. Raymond chased all the way back in center, now trying to gather some speed. Sends it back, Nylander the shot, that whistled wide. Lindberg, Raymond up top for Pudas, and Silovs snares it and hangs on to it.
They are shooting. They're not messing around. They realize they have to get some rubber at the net because the penalty killing of the Latvians has been outstanding. There's a great look at that last glove save. The Swedes, if they're careful, they may be able to take advantage of very lively, that yellow kick plate boards at the bottom. The puck comes off the ice wall right back into the scoring area. Defensemen, if they have to shoot wide, could use that as a weapon.
Another face-off win for Abels. Jammed up in the corner. Rubens trying to clear par. Lindholm has it. Lindholm the shot. And Silovs another save and made it look easy. And now more pushing and shoving at the side of the net.
They'd be best to leave this alone a little bit, though. They can't afford another penalty. It's all well and good to protect your goaltender, but your goalie doesn't want you to go down another man. That's not going to help him.
Shots are 32-12 in this game. Those fans don't care what the shots on goal are. All they care about is it's 2-1, and we're into the back half of the third period. Jonathan Pudas pulls it to the middle, tees it up, save made, rebound, that got poked wide by Lindholm. Dogovans on it. Bengtsson takes it away. Back to the line for Pudas and back for Bengtsson. He'll walk it in, dishes down to the goal line. Lindholm trying to get it to the front of the net. Grundstrom dives at it. Back to the short side it comes, to the blue line, and this will make its way out. And out of the box is Janis Gaks.
What an effort by Dogovins in front of the net. This is a first-line guy who's a goal scorer and a point producer, but also a penalty killer. And he just, battle level was unreal there.
Marcus Sorensen dishes it off. De La Rose, the wrist shot went wide and Cairns all the way around the boards. Timothy Liljegren plays it on, and Anton Lindholm will bounce it in. Seelovs catches it, leaves it, but the referee whistles it down. 8:53, 2-1 Latvia.
Janis Gaks came out of the penalty box, went right to the bench, and every penalty killer, he patted them on the back, said, thank you, thank you, thank you, get me off the hook.
Short side jammed up there. Seelovs down, and Mixon-Drasis, who has the go-ahead goal here in the third period, lifts this out to center. Cleared in and set around the boards. Marshmellis got tied up at the line, went down. And an icing call here against Sweden.
What a hockey game this is, and going down to the stretch here, up 2-1 they are, and it's going to be a great environment, but this is our last game, and this is your last World Championship game, Dennis Bayak, and what a job you have done over the years. I just wanted to say, on behalf of all the fans, just some outstanding work. Fans, you have no idea how much work goes in for he and Gord Miller being the play-by-play guys. Well done.
Thank you very much, and what a way to end it. It has been a terrific run, thank you for that. We'll get a World Junior in yet, but this has been a terrific way to have it end. Into the corner it goes, Abels sends it all the way around the board, Zila's there for Balcers, and a penalty coming up to Timothy Liljegren.
Sweden 37, 2 minutes for holding.
A holding call on Liljegren around the end wall. He tries to tie his man up. Whenever your stick gets caught between the offensive guy and the boards, you end up getting those penalties called now. That's a tough one for Sweden, and a power play goal here for Latvia would be devastating.
Sweden's penalty kill 17 of 19, and both the power play goals against came in the last preliminary round game against Team USA. Cleared to the line, but this will get kept in. Cross ice pass ends up off the sideboards for Balcers. Jammed up there, and the crowd wanted another call. This one comes loose, and Bengtsson plays it across, and this will be cleared down the ice by Patrick Nemeth. Dogovins, rink wide for Balcers, and he'll snap it around the boards. Pudas is there, and he'll turn and quickly get it all the way down the ice. Belinskas will hustle back, getting pressured by De La Rose. Good play by Belinskas. On for Abels. Rodrigo Abels. He'll slip the check from Lindholm. Abels takes it to the net. Kim's to the far side, and De La Rose will send it down the ice.
What a smart move by Abels. Make the obvious play. Take it into the paint. Put pressure on Sweden and the goaltender. And Johansson had the answer.
Abels sends it around. Nemeth is there, and it gets jammed up in the corner. Batna trying to work it loose, could not, and sent down the ice. Yaks leads the attack. Tried to split the defense, could not as he got squeezed out there between Bengtson and Nemeth. Batna's in after a loose puck. It comes up into the high slot and knocked down by Rob Wright. Rehards Bukarts. Plays it back for Mix and Drassis. Then Drassis trying to skate away from Brunstrom. And Drassis up top for Yaks. The wrister save made. Loose puck, it's on the goal line. It's in. Or is it? Referee says yes, it's in. A shot from Janis Yaks. Johansson dove back. Did he knock it in? Or was Bukarts there to put it the rest of the way home?
The shot from the point is a screen, and it gets deflected right in front of him. Now it's going to leak out. Does he put it in himself? Yes. He puts his arm down on top of it, but actually ends up. But will it be goaltender interference? That's what they're going to look at. Watch his head. He's being leaned on. Are they going to say he wasn't able to? I would imagine that Sweden's going to challenge this. I mean, you have to. Because even if you lose the challenge and it counts, you're down by 2 goals with 6 minutes to go.
Now, Johansson was outside the... They're not going to challenge.
I'm shocked about this.
Me too.
I'd be challenging.
I know you would put yourself down 2 men, but you're down
2 goals. Yeah.
6 minutes left to go. So Janis Yaks gets the goal. Rehards Bukarts with one of the assists. There's the shot. And Mix and Drassis with the other assist.
And I don't think anybody was pushed into him. That's Batna. Batna was right there. He did make contact. I don't see him being pushed in by Sweden. I definitely would have challenged that. At least he had a chance.
Lucas Raymond's going to try and bring this to the net. Centered up front. First on it is Dogovins. Cleared to the near side. 5.5. Rodrigo Abels takes it to the outside. Kills a few seconds. Waits for his teammates to make their change. Roberts Bukarts. We mentioned how many players back from 2 years ago. There is a number of players on this Latvian team that have been with this program and have been in this World Championship a number of times. The Andrasis, the Bukarts. Under 5 to go here. This gets sent around the boards. Silovs couldn't trap it. Pudas at the line. Puts it back down low. It gets away from Belinskas, but then Lindberg falls. Zetterlund back for Lindberg. Lindberg will spin this in behind the net for Pudas. Pudas brings it to the front of the net. Jams away at it. Silovs down. Pudas from a sharp angle. Couldn't get it through, and then Pudas goes down. Odd man rush to the front of the net. It comes, and Roberts Bukarts. The pass from Krastenberg was in a little tough. It handcuffed him. 4:13 to go. 3-1 Latvia. 4-1 on Finland. So Canada will advance to the medal round and play the winner of this game. And are they calling icing on this?
Ooh, all these things matter. Well, I don't blame Sweden for being upset here. They are calling this icing.
There's what you were talking about. Yanis Yaks going to the penalty killers, saying, "Thank you, gentlemen."
Yeah, that's when he had shot the puck over the glass and had to sit out for 2 minutes, and he nearly bit his fingernails down to the knuckles.
I was going to say beers are on him, but I got the funny feeling these players, if they wanted to tonight, if they go on to win this game, but regardless, I'm not sure that, I think these fans would love to buy them a few pops. But there's still under 4 to go here, and Sam Hallam gave Johansson the indication that with around 3 minutes left, if we get it into the Latvian zone, come to the bench.
Yeah, during the TV timeout, I saw him wave the 3 fingers at his goaltender, so that's what he's thinking. He got about 47 seconds to get to there. They need some time to make it work. How big is the save by Artur Silovs in the first period on Lindberg? A dramatic save. The score was 0-0. And that would have put Sweden on the board first. And Silovs saved the day. Latvia came back and scored, and it's been pandemonium ever since.
And the shots in the second period were 13-1 for Sweden. Artur Silovs has been brilliant. Doggovins then, this will go up off the stick and into the netting.
One of the things that should not be overlooked is I always try to keep track of top lines on every team. Can they grind? Do they play a lot in key situations? I mentioned how the top line guys all kill penalties, and they are out here, and they will get more ice time as it goes on. That says a lot about the balance on their team and the commitment of their star players.
Owls to win the face-off, and Doggovins will take it to the near side boards. 3 Swedish players converge on Doggovins as the seconds tick off. Nemeth. This gets deflected in by Leo Carlsson. Silovs will leave it, and it gets slapped around the boards, and Balcers will carry it out. Balcers to the line. Sends a backhander in, and Johansson had to be careful of that one. Lucas Raymond and Par Lindholm, and Raymond will send it in. And now 3, and there goes the netminder. Lars Johansson to the bench for the extra attacker. Roberts Bukarts will chip it out at center. Back in for Timothy Liljegren, 6 attackers for Team USA. Silovs the save, and he'll drop it there, so it's played. Up the boards it comes, Batna trying to clear. Lindberg will try to get it to the front of the net. Roberts Bukarts jams at it, can't get it out. It will get cleared out to center ice at the empty net, wide from his own side of center. Roberts Bukarts puts it in, but icing is called against Latvia.
And Latvia is so upset because they don't think it should be icing. He's claiming, hey, I got there first. I was there first. Why are you calling it icing? Bukarts. It's already been done. It's a moot point. He had a good point.
Canada has defeated Finland. So it will be Canada against the winner of this game. 2:28 to go.
And huge disappointment in that building. Finland. Wow. In their own barn.
Now we'll see what happens here with 2:28 to go. But before the tournament, if you would have put odds on of the 2 host countries, that Latvia was going to be the one to play for a medal, boy, you'd have come away with some cash.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Great point.
But there's still 2:28 to go. Artur Silovs outside the crease, head down. Sweden taking a timeout. Sweden may bank on the fact that Latvia may take a timeout somewhere here as well. Face-off win by Batna. Swung around the boards by Balinskas. Down the ice, wide of the empty net. And another icing call.
That was a little bit of panic there. That shouldn't have happened. He had lots of time and room. I know you want to be the hero and ice the game, but all the room that he had to skate the puck out of the zone, to skate it to the center red line, to get it in deep afterwards, that's what should have been done.
So a little more pressure now on Batna again to win this faceoff, and he does. And again, sent around the boards, and again, it's going to go all the way down the ice, and again, it's going to be an icing call. Each of those plays took 8 seconds, so if there's 2 minutes and 13 seconds left, you divide that by 18 seconds on 133 minutes, 133 seconds, and I'll leave it there. I didn't have the answer.
I can't help you.
Batna wins another face-off. Roberts Bukarts waits for it. He gets pressured there by Liljegren. In behind for Zetterlund, tried to center it. Krastenbergs had it bounce away from him, and back in behind the net with 2 minutes to go. At the line for Timothy Liljegren. Liljegren will play it across. Tomernes has it. Down for Lucas Raymond and back for Tomernes. And back for Raymond. Raymond being watched by Krastenbergs. Off the corner boards. Up top for Tomernes. Doesn't shoot it, now he does! Silovs has it, it's in behind him, and it's cleared. Tomernes on it again. 90 seconds left. Lindbergh to the goal line. De La Rose, Raymond, Tomernes, Liljegren off the heel of his stick over top the net. Raymond on it again. Plays give and go with Lindbergh and back for Tomernes. Tomernes, Roberts, Bukarts prevented the shot. Now a shot by Raymond. That never got through. To the corner it goes. Raymond will take the pass. And now 1 minute. Raymond sends it on for Liljegren. To the goal line, Zetterlund. Save made, Silovs. Face-off is on this side, so Avils will come out and take it. Face-off win by Parlin. Home and another save by Silovs on a redirect. Cleared out by Kaspers Daugavins. History is about to be made in Latvia. Up it goes for Nylander. Nylander will drop it back. Berggren plays it down low, centering pass. This is blocked. Balcers gets dumped. It comes to the near side. Centered across, deflected by Daugavins. Back to the middle, deflected, and it goes wide. Into the corner it goes. And for the first time ever, Latvia will compete for a medal at an IIHF event. 3-1, your final. Unbelievable.
The battle level of this Latvian team was outstanding. Right from their goaltender on out. That was a huge key. You have to have goaltending anytime. In a one-game shot, that guy was unreal going back to the first period. But the rest of the team, they just fought and fought and fought. And they got the key goals.